Hey folks, Johnny Red here. So, one of the things I'm going to talk about today is I'm basically going to talk to you about how I use the TT Blackbox tools to find all my trades. So, that's the TT Blackbox alerts, the breaking news, the moving catalysts, the TradingView breakout indicators, and that's what I'm really going to talk about. And yes, we offer email alerts and we have the Twitter alerts primarily for penny stocks, but a lot of people keep asking me how I use the tools that we provide to find my trades. So let's get into it, folks. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is we're going to talk about Starbucks here. So one of the first things I do, most people know, I'm a swing trader. I'm not always just looking for day trade scalps. So this is our TT Blackbox platform. Of course, we got our private chat up here. We got the Blackbox alerts. You got your moving catalyst, your options activity flow, and then you got your breaking news down here at the bottom. So the first thing I'm looking for when I'm looking for my trades is each day I'm waiting on these swing trades to alert. So this is what I've focused on in the black box or the swing trades. If I'm not working my day job, I will focus on day trades and watch them. But I'm primarily a swing trader, not a day trader. So I hold for at least overnight when I do trade most of the time. So these are the ones that I focus on. So the number one aspect that I have is, as you can see over here on the TradingView charts, I have this watch list up. So this is a list of probably the top 40 or 50 trades, tickers that I like to trade. So basically, I'm only looking. There's a lot of people say that there's a lot of alerts that come up on the black box. Yes, because we're looking at everything that comes through NASDAQ, the NYSE, the Amex, and everything. So you got to break that down and only focus on the stocks that you know. And these are the ones that I know. I follow these daily. So this is a list of the ones that I'm looking for. That's what I focus on from the swing trades. And then the two tools that I focus on is one, the pink line is the TradingView indicator for day trades, and this yellow line is the TradingView indicator for swing trades. So these are proprietary algorithmic lines created by our fearless leader, James Mason. And we created these to help you with the best possible entry and exit if you need to in your trades. So this is the primary line that I use. It's the yellow one. I just changed the colors. Once you put them on your chart, they're both yellow, but I like to have them up at the same time, so I change the colors of them. So the first thing I'm going to show you, we'll use Starbucks as an example. If you come in here, these are the swing trades from Friday. I'm kind of going through looking. I didn't take any trades Friday because I don't, with how volatile the market kind of is right now, I didn't want to hold anything over the weekend. But I can tell you, you can type it in here and filter it, and you can see that it was scale-in ready. Bearish swing trade from Starbucks. Now, I don't always focus on the scale in, so especially for new people, this scale in ready is basically letting you know that if you bought that, if you went ahead and entered that trade right now, it's good to enter. If it's red, it might not be the possible best entry you can get. You might want to hold off, or if you're already holding a position, you probably don't want to buy more into that position right now. So we'll use Starbucks. This is a swing trade that came up on Friday, and I'll kind of break down what I'm looking for to enter this trade on Monday as a bearish swing trade. So we come back to the TradingView charts, and you can see that the swing trade breakout indicator line for swing trades is at 103.60. So that's what it's telling you to enter. But being a swing trader, not a long-term investor, not really day trade, I'm not a technical analysis professional expert, but what I can see is this was alerted as a bearish day trade by James, and a lot of people did enter this on Thursday and then held it into Friday, and they profited off that, like almost 2-point drop. So what I'm looking for me to enter this Monday, I want to see it break this green dashed line right here of 103.15. So I'm kind of looking at every time it came down where it struggled to break below on Friday, and that's what I want to see it break below. Yeah, I'm going to give up a possible 45 cents from the breakout line, but I rather, since might not be sitting there watching this the whole day, I want to see it break what it struggled to break the day before. So that's kind of how I use the black box to find a trade, and how I use the indicators that we provide to find that best possible entry, and then what other aspects I put into it. So there you kind of have it on Starbucks. So one of the other things I like to do is I want to be able to look at when their earnings were. So scroll this back up. Their earnings are next week, according to this, January 26th. So January 26th is Tuesday. So you always do want to verify when earnings are, because that's going to change. So we got down here where I wanted to see. So we want to verify that its earnings is really next week. So one of the things I like to go to is Earning Whisperer, just to verify that the date's correct. This is probably, I mean, this is what this group of people focus on, is nothing but earnings. They're normally spot on what the earnings dates are. So we can search this and verify when their next earnings release is, and this is kind of what they go over on their chart and kind of tell you. But right here they're telling you, so after market close on January 26th, they plan on releasing earnings. So that comes back to what a lot of the times you'll hear me and James focus on is we try to steer clear of earnings. Earnings, it could go either way. So somebody could basically, they could release the best earnings ever and the stock plummet, or they could release the worst earnings ever and the stock shoot gap up 20 points. You never know with the earnings play. So it's more of a YOLO play, and we try to steer clear of that. We want people to be successful and not take unnecessary chances. And playing in earnings, in our opinion, is taking unnecessary chances. Now, if the market does open and it is going down, even with the earnings, I possibly will still take this play. But what I like to preach to our subscribers is if earnings is within a week or just happen within a week, I typically steer clear of the trade. So we can go back through here and look at some of the other swing trades. Another one I wanted to talk about was BIDU. So you can see BIDU right here, alerted as a bearish swing trade with scaling ready. So when you come back to our charts, we type in BIDU, pull up the chart. We can see that this kind of gapped up on Friday, all the way up here to about 260 range. It came back down to about the 252 range. So it's already broke through the swing trade one. And I'm just looking at basically that we're down here at this red line right here is pretty much where I'm looking for it to break. That's where it kind of struggled to break through each time when it dropped was about that 251.21 range. So I'm just going to bring it down to the this green line, this red line right here. And I want to see it break that 250.69 range. And then, of course, we'll check and see when the earnings are. It's February 25th, so we're about a month out. So there you have it. This is a play that I'm looking to enter short on with a break below $250.69. I verify my alert set properly. BIDU crossing down. Then I'll come down here, BID short entry, and I like to put the date in 1/22/2021 TTBB alerts. That way, because I normally, anytime we send out email alerts or we send out Twitter alerts, I try to add them all in there. And then that's going to send me a direct link onto my phone. And if I'm trading on the go, I do not have to pull up that chart. I gave myself a sufficient note. It's going to come up on the notifications and tell me. If I didn't set an advanced order for it to fill, I'll automatically go log into my brokerage account from my cell phone, my tablet, or my PC, and I'll make that trade. And then you just click save, your alert's on there. So we can come through here and we can look at some of the other ones. QCOM is another one that I like to trade a lot of. We can pull QCOM up on the TradingView chart. QCOM alerted is a bearish swing trade, but not scaling ready. Probably has a lot to do with did gap down a lot, but if you see here, we can put this line in here and you can see it struggled to break. It tried to 1, 2, 3. It tried to break this around this 160, 164 range multiple times on Friday. So it's not scale in ready, but this is a trade that I'm willing to look into possibly taking Monday if it can break my areas. So QCOM, bearish, short entry, TTBB alerts from 22, 2021. So this is a trade that I'll look at getting in on Monday. Come over here, check earnings February 3rd. So that's next week. So we're going to want to go in here to earnings reports, look up QCOM. It's February 3rd, so that's a little over a week. So this possibly could be, I mean, you never know, this could be setting up. It started to go down over this last week, kind of gapped up, then started to come back down. This could be meaning that, hey, who knows, maybe the earnings aren't as good as everybody thinks they are. But this is kind of where I'm at. I'm looking for it to break this range. If it doesn't break the range, I never enter the trade, so I never lost any money. But you also have this right here. You can come in here. If you didn't want to use the black box, you have this swing trade thing. So if it broke above the swing trade breakout line, you could enter this as a bullish trade. But personally, I try to stick to what our alerts put out, and this is put out as a bearish swing trade, and this is what my entry would be. So if we go back to the black box, I mean, just to kind of show you, you can look at some of these tickers. QCOM, was there any major news that came out? Any breaking news on QCOM? Qualcomm to report earnings on Wednesday, February 3rd after market close. And you can read some of these articles if you're looking to get into this heavy or make it a really long swing trade and everything. So this is real-time news, so it's always going to be there. So if you look at some of the other swing trades that alerted, you had Coca-Cola that alerted as a bullish swing trade. Let's pull up KO because KO is over here on my watch list. But those are the only ones that I'm going to focus on. KO took a big dump towards the end of the day on Friday, which, I mean, based off the chart, it looks like it took a dump. Wasn't really that much. The swing trade indicator entry for a bullish swing trade is way up here at the 51 range. So it looks like over the last probably 2 weeks, it's been a steady down trend for Coca-Cola. Could we possibly reach in the bottom? February 10th is when they're releasing earnings. I could tell you officially on this one, for me to enter this bullish, I'm probably looking right here where this green line is. I'm going to want to see a break of 50.85. This is that's just personally me. So that green line's basically the average high for the weekly for the month. So I'm going to want to see it break that 50.85 range before I enter as a bullish day trade. So crossing up. All right, so let's look and see what else we got in here as far as trades that came through. I did Starbucks, I did BIDU. Here we go, Facebook, bearish swing trade alert from Friday the 22nd. So we can type in Facebook. So bearish is kind of gapped. This looks like from where it went down the last week due to all the stuff on them banning President Trump, it's kind of starting to gap back up. So this one right here, let's see, 5. Man, it's gapping up about 4 points a day. I'm probably going to go with this swing trade line on this one. I'm going to want to see it come back down here to this 265.58, just because you never know what's going to happen to this one. There's a lot of politics into play with Facebook and Twitter right now. But this is one that I'll enter. And I can always adjust these entries as the days go on. You know, if this alerts again as a bearish tomorrow, but or Monday, but it didn't come close to that, I might reevaluate it. It might have kind of, instead of having that $4 jump each day and then leveling out, maybe it kind of leveled out in that same price range. So I might move up my bearish entry. And of course, that breakout indicator is going to move along with that price changing as well. Facebook bearish short entry. So I know this will end up being a question. So say somebody says, well, you never got alerted, and then February 3rd comes around and you get this alert and it's got that date. So I would always come back in here. If it was more than a day or two after I got that alert, I just, of course, always come back in here, filter for it on the swing trades and look and make sure it didn't change direction. So if I got an alert for the 22nd as a bearish trade, and then on January 27th, I got the alert that it broke my thing, but that same day it happened to alert bullish, I just would cancel out that short trade, start to look more of a entry for the bearish trade. So sitting a real and then of course, you know, you can look through all your moving catalysts and everything. Let's see what it says about Facebook. If it says anything, nothing on Facebook. Here is Facebook in the news. Facebook logged out. I've seen a lot of people this article right here on Facebook. This might be interesting for a lot of y'all to read. It's worth the read. So that's basically how I use the tools, y'all. And then I'm normally talking throughout the day in this private chat. You can ask any questions that you want. We got a lot of members here that use the subscription, and this is where you can get real-time help. Of course, up here in the top right here, we have the live stream button. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, James Mason will be live streaming question and answer sessions. It's got a chat. You can drop them in there. He'll go over them with them, but you'll see him trading his trades live. Of course, this is a link directly to our Discord channel where there's a bunch of people that like to chat on Discord. Of course, this is our Facebook group. It takes you back to the home page. And of course, everybody who has the private Twitter, you can come up here and you can see this is basically how we put out all the Twitter stuff. But this was basically a breakdown of how I use the black box to find my trades. The most important thing you need to do is don't try to focus on everything that alerts in here. Focus on what alerts that matches your top tickers to trade. This is probably the biggest key, is creating this watch list. Maybe there's only 10 tickers you like to trade, so those are the only 10 you want to focus on. So if they're not alerting in the black box as our algorithms alerted them as a trade, use the indicators that we provided to help you find the best entries and exits in your trades. That's what we gave them. There's a lot of people that are more advanced than others. Now, I do highly recommend that you do, for TradingView, buy the extra data sets. So it's $29.99 if you want to get the normal data as a regular member with TradingView. But I promise you, if you have the free account and then you look at mine, these indicators are going to be off. So for the $29.99 plus $6, because the NASDAQ data feed, the NYSE, and the Amex data feed, not Amex, but ARCA data feed, are $2 a piece. It's worth the $35, y'all, to get these. And that gets them as precise as you can get them. So if there's anything else y'all want to know that I normally do on a daily basis when I'm trading and what I'm looking for those trades, just drop it in the comments on this page, or just let me know and I'll get them in. I'm kind of starting to enjoy doing these videos. I'm not the best. I'm not a videographer or anything like that, and I just like to talk it real. This is what I look at and everything. So, man, I'm here to help y'all become successful. I mean, all these tools help me daily on being successful, and I want them to help y'all. So anything I can do to help make them better and better explain how I use them, let us know. And as always, folks, base hits pad the wallet. Johnny Red out.